Hello and welcome for the very last time to Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight, as always, I have 4 fantastic guests with me. The emulsified Emma.
What?
It's Halloween.
Says while looking at Elaine.
Oh my.
It's Halloween. Like
Why are we doing it in the wrong order?
Is it Elaine? Okay.
It's Elaine
I'm
first.
sorry, I got it wrong. Right.
What?
So let's
Who's
start with Elaine.
emulsified?
Apparently, one of us is emulsified.
I don't want to find out what I am.
Guests.
Emma's emulsified.
The emulsified Emma. I don't want to spot. Like let's do it out of order, right? Say hi, Emma.
Hi.
The embalmed Elaine.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I be emulsified as well?
Sure, we can switch. I can be Elaine, you can be Emma then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi,
Freaky
I'm Emma.
Friday all over again.
Hi, I'm Emma.
The petrified Paul.
Wow. Well, if I'm petrified, I can't stay or do anything.
No. And Rusty Ross.
Oof.
Rusty Ross.
That was my best impression of being rusty.
Yeah.
Why emulsified? Why is that
Space
frightening?
Because mummies and Halloween.
But
and...
emulsified is like when a
like a brain in a jar or a mole in a jar.
a what? A mole.
A mole. Did you know?
A mole? Why a mole?
Why not?
To those watching who are not necessarily familiar with me, I come from the Soviet Union, and in my school,
Gives him free license to just make shit up.
No.
That's what I've
Yeah,
noticed.
doesn't
that what it
it?
means?
Doesn't it?
in my school in biology class, we had at the back in the cupboards various specimens. So there was like an emulsified mole baby in a jar.
Of course.
I'm not joking. There really was.
Classic
Just of all the
Soviet
things,
Union. Classic
I thought
Soviet
it would,
Union.
and for the Soviet Union, I thought it'd be more like emulsified, like bourgeoisie. Like, here are some very rich people. in
Every
jars.
classroom must have a mole in a jar. That was part of the Soviet regime.
Well, if you imagine like anthropomorphic mole, with a monocle, like very squinty, he's.
I'm imagining the Brezhnev eyebrows on a mole.
I'm just imagining a birthmark mole. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
Your moles had monocles in the Soviet Union.
I'm just saying, use your imagination.
But no, you're teaching us some history here. Why? I'm not going to use my imagination when I'm in a learning situation.
It's not. It's not a historical fact that
That's
in
not
my
how
school there was
learning
a mole in a
works.
jar.
I
the
will
monocle.
not use my imagination in a learning environment.
A Brezhnev
I will not do it.
eyebrows.
I will not do it.
Put your foot down, Elaine.
Yeah, innit?
Well,
The year was 1876. No, it wasn't. The year is 2020.
Imagine how they felt in 1917. No, I don't want to.
But no, I need some context behind that. Like if Efka said, imagine what it would be like to get into a classroom and in the back there is a mole with a monocle, I'd be like, oh, okay, I can imagine.
That's painting
I
a whole
can't
different picture because I
imagine
imagine
that,
it's sat on the desks, just ready to learn. In your scenario, imagine there's a mole in the back of the classroom, just chilling out
but
with
in
a
a
monocle.
jar.
Well, the jar hadn't been mentioned, Elaine, and I was not allowed to use my imagination, so I was just going purely by the facts.
my players, everyone, I love them.
Hello.
They are absolutely fantastic, and I will miss doing D&D. But tonight is the last session. We're going to try and wrap up the story tonight, and there might be some shortcuts. If you are familiar with Waterdeep Dragon Heist, the published adventure that we are playing, then you might notice that we're going to take some liberties with this story right now to get towards the end. But there will be an end, hopefully, if everything. I don't know. You never know. A meteorite might fall down on one of us, and that would put a pause to the game, I would say.
Am I in a learning situation again, or am I supposed to imagine that?
All I'm trying to say is that we're going to try and reach a satisfying conclusion tonight. And I, for one, am looking forward to it.
I just want to say that we're not having what do you call it?
An interlude.
Interlude,
today, yeah.
thank you. An interpause. in the middle. So if you have any questions, like we'll try and keep a little bit more of an eye on chat today.
Yes.
I will try and keep a little bit more of an eye on chat today.
Sure.
So if you have any questions or anything like that, as it's the last session.
That's true. So, without further ado, because it's been some time since we were last on, let's remind our audience what happened, what's going on. We have 4 characters. Elaine's playing Marche Docume, a human artificer who is a dubious brewer of potions. Emma is playing Gina Giggles Goodbarrel, a happy-go-lucky pirate, except when she's not happy-go-lucky and quite mean and angry with people who abuse authority.
I just noticed that the Twitch overlay just says Giggles Goodbarrel.
It has been since the beginning.
Has it
Yeah.
really?
Oh, really?
I never noticed that.
I couldn't
Only
fit-
if it's the small part. If it's the big screen for me, it says the Gina in front of it.
Right.
I couldn't fit the entire thing in. I had to make concessions.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I felt like Giggles was going to be the more important part, but
Yeah.
it turned out that Gina was the more important part. So there you go. Aris, who is a good boy and not at all has gotten himself into a lot of trouble in Baldur's Gate and now lives in Waterdeep.
There we
And
go.
finally, let me do this one last time. Rogan Morbash.
That was very
Thanks,
good.
Thanks, Grandad.
Played by Ross, who is a half-orc, who tells us he's from a noble lineage.
We believe him.
Yeah,
Accurate. I'm rich.
Rich.
We know it.
We
Indeed,
respect him for that.
No big debts or anything, or
No big
No.
debts.
No.
no.
Anywho, these 4 miscreants have gotten themselves into a lot of trouble trying to find an artifact called the Stone of Golorr, which is the key to a vault with a large, large treasure of 500,000 dragons. Dragons being gold pieces in Waterdeep. The lost vault of the previous open lord of Waterdeep, Lord Dagult Neverember, who embezzled a lot of money and sealed it all away. In this quest, they had encountered many different factions and many different characters and gotten themselves into a lot of trouble more than once. But today, they find themselves in a dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, where they were investigating the activities of the Xanathar Guild.
Yeah.
The brain
And-
devourers.
And
Griffin.
they were searching for them in the sewers, and they found a room with 8 Kenkus who had seemed to have captured a griffin. Now, because of the construction of this room, there seems to be a hatch at the top, a big hatch. How the griffin was brought in was probably through that hatch.
Okay.
And the plan that they've devised was that Marche was going to cast a spell to disguise himself to look like a Kenku, which he has done. And he's burst into the room yelling.
What's a Kenku look like?
A sort of a corvid type humanoid with feathers and a beak and
Bird
all
person.
black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bird person.
Bird
for those unaware, bird person.
And so yeah, Marche disguised himself as a Kenku.
Raven-esque.
Ran into the room yelling, "Pizza party, travel lodge."
Travel lodge.
Oh, yeah.
Something
Toffee
about
popcorn.
hot chocolate or something, pointing towards the hatch and then yelling, "Go get him, go get him." And we just ended on me making a roll to see whether the spell was going to fool the Kenkus and
Or
the
nah.
disguise succeed
Oh
or
no,
not.
mate.
And currently there are 8 angry Kenkus who all just dumbfoundedly stare at this other Kenku as silence descends onto the room.
Is the other Kenku moi?
Yes. As silence descends onto the room. There's a brief pause. You can almost hear the wind if there was wind in the sewers. Maybe that's not wind. Maybe that smell is something else.
Ugh.
Maybe Griffin farted.
And then they go, "Pizza party! Travel lodge!" And up the chute, all 8 of them go.
Hooray!
Never a doubt in my mind that was going to work. Never a
Wow.
doubt in my mind.
Okay.
What do you do next? They all scramble and feathers flap and
So Sharpbeak is on his own in this room.
His
now.
name's not Sharpie.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
The-
calling him.
The Griffin, yeah, okay.
The
yeah.
Griffin.
Yeah, he's tied up. The Griffin's tied up.
Oh,
They all just jumped through the hatch, assisted by the power of flight and
Yeah.
wings and
Yeah.
stuff. And they have left the hatch open.
Just as a reminder, my axe, apart from complimenting me a lot of times, did also say, "Save the Griffin,"
yeah.
which leads me to believe the Griffin's probably okay.
Well, let's do it then.
I would suggest we close the hatch so they cannot come back down.
That is
Smart.
a fantastic
Part
idea.
one.
I will climb up and I'll go close the hatch. That can be a Rogan job, just in case it needs wrestling a hatch closed against villains.
Give me an athletics check.
I'll give it a go.
Gina will start cutting the ropes from the griffin.
Athletics. That is going to be 14.
That's good enough. Yeah, you jump
Hooray.
up and grab one of the doors, and you lower one of the hatch doors. The second door you haven't quite lowered yet. But something happens. Gina said you said you were cutting the ropes, right? Mm-hmm. As soon as the ropes go loose, the Griffin just squawks in this horrendous shriek. It's
Classic
angry.
Griffin.
Its wings like spread out, and suddenly there's a majestic creature in front of you. Like you Gina, you're quite small, so just imagine like this is all you can see. These feathers and this giant beak in front of you, and it's not even looking at you. It's sort of looking up and going, "Rah!" but more bird-like. Yes, thank you. And then the Griffin swoops into the air, up the hatch, blowing the doors open. And then you hear the mad cacophony of birds just fighting, and this sort of, you can hear a very intense fight, and you just from the screams, you can tell that the Kenkus are not doing well.
Yeah, it's having its revenge.
Yeah.
Karma.
Yeah, and within like seconds before, like you just hear like a thud, something smashes into a wall. There's like chaos for like a good 5 seconds, and then it all stops, and everything falls silent. And that's
That
it.
makes sense.
Am I still on the ladder?
You're hanging.
Go and have a peep.
You're
Go and
hanging-
have a peep.
You're hanging on one of the. There wasn't a ladder. You just jumped up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're hanging on one of the.
Latches.
on one of the
On
doors of
doors.
the hatch. Yeah. You can pull yourself up with another athletics check if you like. Just see what's going on. You can't
Oh, no.
see up right now.
I'm not sure if I want to put my head up there. I think it'd probably be more like, hello? Like just like a shout into the room above.
You hear something. You hear something swing open.
Oh.
And then there's a swoop. And once again, silence.
Should we go and investigate?
I think maybe we should.
Let us see what this cacophony produced.
Well, all right then. Shall we?
Can I
Yeah,
climb like
let's-
a ladder? There's a ladder, right?
There's a ladder
Now-
by a wall, yeah.
Oh.
Like you would have to
I
put
would
it
have
up.
to move the ladder
Yeah.
in my bird outfit.
You can move the
Move
ladder,
it.
yeah.
Can I? All right, I would like to put the ladder up to the hatch, please.
Okay. You put the
And,
ladder
and
up to the hatch.
descend said ladder.
As you ascend the said ladder, you find yourself in a warehouse.
Oh.
This seems to be a warehouse, not at all dissimilar to the one you've been in the dock ward, but not the same. The layout's slightly different, but there's a lot of smashed crates. There's a lot of debris everywhere. There's 8 unconscious or potentially dead Kenkus. Just, splattered against the walls and the wooden beams, the buttresses that support the structure. They're all out.
Right. So the roof could collapse at any second.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
you see the door of this warehouse, the big warehouse door, like a barn door, wide open,
Right.
and you see the bright daylight of Waterdeep and the hustle bustle of the dock ward and the sounds of seagulls, and you hear the faint whisper of rushing water. Not rushing, like water, it's the sea,
But
basically.
the griffin is nowhere to be seen.
No, the griffin is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
So it's literally, as you would imagine, probably made its escape.
We should have asked him questions first.
Could have done.
It was silly.
We could
I
have.
don't know if he or she or they would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, we're
It's
not going to
that
untie.
enjoyment.
We're not going to untie you just yet. We're just going to ask you some questions
Interrogate
first.
you.
So, I can't quite remember why we came to this sewer. Does someone care to remind me?
You were investigating the Xanathar Guild.
Yes.
There were more and more instances of people being intellect devoured by intellect devourers.
Because the reason why my character would say that out loud is because I don't feel like there's been a griffin and we've freed a griffin, but
Yeah.
why were we actually here? Are we just leaving now, or are we going to hang around?
It
to
might be
investigate?
worth us investigating this warehouse that's above all this.
Whilst everyone's
who it belongs to.
incapacitated.
Why
The
were those
one who
Kenkus
tied them
here?
up.
Yes.
And as Gina says, also maybe, if they are knocked out, just make sure they don't wake up while we're mid-investigation.
We've had one encounter with them that I don't want to repeat.
I'm happy to keep a watch on them because if any of them wake up, then they will just see me as the Kenku and probably won't panic as much as if they see you. And I shall squawk some
Pizza
code
party.
word. Pizza party, yes. Or perhaps something more useful.
Might be a little bit too late for a suggestion of a pizza pie after they've all been rendered unconscious.
Maybe that would wake them up.
I'm also happy to help or stay nearby in case anything.
Thank you.
Or I could look for some rope and then start binding their,
That might also be helpful.
little wings to stop them flying around. I could, whilst perhaps Gina and Aris investigate.
Let's just say I'm good at searching warehouses. It falls within the sphere of
Wheelhouse.
right. That's the word I'm looking for.
Is
Aris.
there any rope just so I can say that's what my character is doing?
This is a warehouse. They try and lift crates and pack them up.
It's
and
not
stuff like that.
guaranteed. Let's not generalize warehouses here. Warehouses are a rich tapestry of storage capacity. Not all
As
have
a
rope.
person who spent a lot of time in warehouses, I can tell you that that's true. But also, there's rope.
All right. So my character. That's what. If anyone needs me, I'm tying up Kenku. That's what I'm doing.
Good. Meanwhile, Aris is investigating the scene. Aris, why don't you give me an investigation check?
I would be delighted to. I'm a fairly investigatory person. That's a pretty good investigatorying. Is that a word? That's 20 without a natural 20.
Wow,
That's 19
okay.
plus 1 is 20.
So you're not just investigating; you're doing the logical thing. There's a pattern you're sort of seeing. Where would they have been? Where would they have walked? They're birds. Where can I find some pieces of information or whatever? And then you realize that, wait a minute, these are birds. These are thugs. They're probably not going to stash anything. They're not going to hide anything. They're probably going to have stuff on themselves. So whilst Rogan is tying them up, you quickly rifle through their pockets, and you find in one of them a note from someone who signed it as N, just N.
Oh.
There's no name to
Nigel.
it, but it says
Nigel.
Tentacle Face wants you to capture prominent figures in the city.
Is that what they call him?
Well, it might be.
It's a
This
bit
ties
rude.
into the theme of what's going on.
It's very rude.
Find anyone you think looks important, grab them, bring them down the sewers, and we'll deal with them. And that's all the note says.
You know what? I mean, we're thinking about intellect devourers and people. Would an intellect devourer work on like a griffin or a dragon, or could that happen? Could they? I don't know. It's a thought.
Oh.
Suppose they've got intellect. So maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because they may have decided to be creative and see who and what they could.
They can mind.
A bit of an experiment of the mind.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, that's interesting. I'll read this and I'll show it to everybody else and announce that I wonder who
Who's
N
this?
is.
Who's this Nigel character?
Who's Tentacle Face?
Yeah.
Yes.
I assume Tentacle Face is the evil villain we saw in the sewers.
It
Evil
could well be.
villain.
Many. I don't mean to generalize, but he struck
have
me
a
as
cat?
an evil character. I mean,
Maybe
it
he
had
has a bird.
had a cat brain.
Oh, he just sits there licking his paws.
It's a reasonable assumption. I wonder if we should take this note and this information back to our friends and sponsors and let them know what we found.
Yes.
Is that what we're calling Mert the Moneylender now? Our sponsors.
Well,
I'm
was
happy.
thinking.
I'm happy to think of him that way.
Okay. Everybody that we know. I wasn't thinking so much like Grumpy Hill Monk, but I was thinking of
Whoosh,
Blackstaff and things.
whoosh.
Oh, what's that noise?
Oh,
My bird ears detect something.
You turn towards the door where the whoosh is coming from, and once again a shadow descends onto the warehouse from where the sunlight was coming in.
be ready, everyone.
The sunlight is blocked by the griffin you just freed. But he's not alone.
Oh.
On him sits a member of the City Watch. A
Oh.
member of the
yeah.
Griffin Cavalry.
Oh.
Oh, right.
A
That
Griffin
makes sense.
Cavalry
Right.
rider.
I kneel in like a bow.
He gets
Rogan
off the
does not.
Griffin
Obs.
and walks up to you and says, "Are you the ones I have to thank for freeing
Yes.
Mouse?"
Yep.
Mouse.
Wait, what?
Mouse?
That's my Griffin. His name is Mouse.
What are you, cute little mouse? It better speak or.
Yes, we are. Oh, can I dekenku myself, please?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, might be
That's
an
weird
idea.
otherwise, yeah.
We are. I mean, technically, Gina actually did the final untying, but I'd like to think we were all part of the process.
I tried to close a door, so pretty important job.
Very important job.
My name is Torin Kator, and I am the commander of the Griffin Cavalry, and you have my eternal gratitude.
Oh, really?
Thank you. Thank you. It was completely our pleasure. May I give your griffin a little treat?
Of course.
I find some like bread that I have.
It's going to be like some
in my-
troll hair.
No, that's for special occasions.
Some
No, I
sewer
have some
sun.
bread or something in my pocket, like,
Of course.
and I take the bread out and like,
The Griffin sniffs it, opens its beak, pokes out a tongue, and just tries it like that. And then he scoffs it all down.
Oh, good griffin mouse.
And then it's almost like a purr, like its feathers ruffle.
Oh, we're best friends now. Well, it was our pleasure to help little mouse here.
How can I ever repay you? I thought Mouse was lost forever.
Well, you know what?
Well,
Iris
No,
has something
Rogan.
to say. Perhaps Iris has something to say.
I just wondered if you could explain how this happened, how Mouse was taken away. You see, we found Mouse tied up below this warehouse by these Kenku folks who seem to, it looks like from the evidence we found, might be trying to kidnap important people around the city, and we wonder how that happened to you, and it might give us clues, I don't know, to who else they might be trying to kidnap. And certainly, I guess the griffin of the head of the special cavalry is probably on their list of important people to grab, to nab, to steal, to take away.
This explains so much. I was patrolling in the dock ward. We were flying over some buildings, and I heard a little girl's voice scream, "Help! Help!" from inside one of the houses. So I landed and bursted into the house to search for this little girl. I looked everywhere. I looked under beds and in wardrobes, and I couldn't find her. And when I got back, Mouse was gone.
how terrifying for you.
Mm-hmm.
How awful.
I was devastated. He was gone for 24 hours. I thought I would never see him again. And suddenly he just returns to me and takes me directly to you. So I guess I have you to thank. Listen, if there's anything I can do to help, Griffins are very good at finding things, and we can cover the city in a very quick speed.
Did we still need to find the robot thingy?
The Nimblewright.
Nimblewright, yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Maybe we can ask him for help finding the Nimblewright.
Yes, that might not be a bad idea, actually, because we have the Nimblewright detector.
We do, but it's a bit iffy.
It's a bit iffy, but combined with the ability to jump around faster on a griffin, might make that task a little easier.
Is everybody agreed? May I give him the Nimblewright detector? There's one small helplet you could give to us, which is we need to find a Nimblewright.
Oh, what is a Nimblewright?
Well, it's kind of like a person, but that has been constructed.
I'm not.
Little automaton.
An automaton, indeed.
He looks at Mouse and says, "Mouse, do you think you would be able to help?" And he sort of, I want to say purrs, like he raises his neck. And
We do have this Nimblewright detector, which I've heard is very useful, but it's not come up with anything for us yet. So perhaps if you manage to swoop over the city.
Well, it sounds
you
like
can-
an
you can
easy
find
job,
it.
but I would say I would need one of you to come and ride with me.
Oh.
Would one of you be willing to have a tour of the city from above?
Oh,
And maybe we can find it together?
would one of you? Oh, Gina appears
I'm
to.
light. I don't take up a lot of space.
It's true.
Gina, this could be a
That's-
musical number,
yeah.
I feel.
Inspiration.
Yes, for sure.
A whole new world.
A whole new world.
Oh my god.
But Gina has a good
that's
point
already
as
a
well.
song.
Like, she won't take up much space. She won't. You'll probably be able to fly a little faster. It's a good point.
Brilliant. He says, well, let's not waste time. Gina, why don't you hop on? Do you have this Nimblewright detector with you?
Yes, please take it.
Do you hand it to...
I'm sorry, out of character. I wasn't sure who actually has it on there.
You have it.
Personally, me.
Yes.
Did I?
Yeah,
have
it got given
I
to
found
you.
it.
Yeah, you have it.
Blimey, I forgot that. Deep pockets.
No wonder we've not found this number, right? Don't
It
even know
wasn't
you got a
on.
Nimblewright detector.
It wasn't on the whole time. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I give it to him. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Gina, I guess let's go. And just like that, you go whoo, into the air, right? And without any warning, there's just wind blowing into your face. You feel like almost like you're back on a ship again. There's this sort of like, gust and
Watch out for pirates.
You see
Our sky pirates.
so much. The entire city is revealed to you from like a very different vantage. And
Wow.
and you there's Castle Waterdeep and there's all kinds of things.
Can we see more? Can she see more Bash
Blackstaff
Manor?
Tower, yeah, and more Bash
Oh,
Manor
wow.
as well. The little turret at the top and everything. It's great, right? And you can sort of see delineations between different neighborhoods, how the different colorations of buildings in each neighborhood, set them apart from above. It's all very bright, very colorful. It's a beautiful sunny day, and you don't spend much time flying because the Nimblewright detector starts whirring not long after you have taken off
I'm hoping it makes like a Nokia ringtone
to the sky.
noise.
You just off of on the corner of Fish Street and Snail Street.
Ooh.
You can feel it sort of come alive, and the umbrella is turning, and the various gizmos,
forgot
are like
about the
spinning
umbrella.
around and everything. And eventually, you can sort of pinpoint like a back alley where as you're hovering above it, that's where it's most active, if that makes sense, right? So you figure that if there is a Nimblewright, it's gonna be literally down below you, right? And you mark where the alley is, just off the corner of Fish Street and Snail Street, and it seems that you have a location. Torin looks at you and says, "Are we good here? Shall I land you back with your friends?"
Yes, please.
Great. And he does a few more swoops, just to kind of give you sort of turning and spinning and all kinds of aerial maneuvers, and then he lands you back by that warehouse. I'll leave it to you.
Gina, how was your trip?
It was
Love me back.
amazing. Thank you. I think we found the spot. I think we found him.
Oh,
Okay.
congrats.
It's like the corner of Schnell and Fish Street.
Ah, yes. Yes, I know the streets. Should we go there?
I think we should go fast before
There's no
he
time
moves
to
to
lose.
another location.
I think Gina's right. This is possible that he'll just move on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go then.
Okay.
Thank you, dear sir, for taking me on the Griffin by mouse. And
Oh, it was my pleasure. And if you ever need any more help, just let the Griffin Cavalry know.
We will. Thank
How
you.
do we do that?
Well, there's the Griffin Cavalry building in the city. You can always.
Okay, good. I didn't know if there was like a cry. We just went like Griffin up into the night sky.
Like the
No,
bat
no, we don't have
symbol.
that. We don't really have that. No, just come round, and we have the barracks and the stables. It's quite nice. Some Sunday afternoons we have soup with croutons. I really like it.
Ooh.
do you have baby griffins?
Fancy.
Yes, we do.
That's the reaction I was hoping for.
Just one small thing. I was perhaps. I love working with these people here, but I was thinking of maybe when this is, when we're bored of doing this, perhaps maybe training as a Griffin raiser. I don't know, what's the word? I don't even know the word. you know,
Griffin
someone that
keeper?
raises griffins. Yes, griffin keeper, indeed. How would one, if one wanted to do something like that, how would one go about that?
Well, why don't you visit us one day and we'll see
Oh, I
if
might.
you're fit for the job.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go find this Nimblewright then.
Yep.
Yes, let's.
Yes, indeed. Let's do that.
Da-la-la-la-la.
Gina takes you to the alley on the corner of Fish Street and Snail Street. It's not a long walk from here. About 10 minutes altogether, and you're there. And once again, the Nimblewright detector starts wearing more.
Oh, we've got it back again.
And wearing,
Yeah,
well,
okay.
yeah, you have it back again.
I think I held it well
Okay.
up on the
Yeah.
griffin
Sweet.
because he needed to control.
Yeah, that would make sense. And it takes you to a pile of rubbish.
Oh.
And-
Good.
And within that pile of rubbish that's laid out behind one of the buildings is the remains
Oh no.
of what seems to be
mate.
the Nimblewright.
Oh,
We're too late.
Perhaps the House of Idle Hands can repair this Nimblewright. Can we
That's actually not
investigate
a bad
the Nimblewright and see if it is non-operational?
Yes, of course. Why don't you give me an investigation check, whoever is looking at the Nimblewright?
Who wants to do that? I mean, I could do it if you want, but I'm not sure. I'm
Am I
great
any
at
good
investigating.
that? Let me have a look.
I'm
Oh, I've got plus
I'm not
4.
great. I'm not great at investigating.
I've
that's
got
worth a
plus
shot.
4
That's
to
better than my
investigate.
+1.
I got 0.
Let me have. Oop. I got 16.
Hey,
There we
that's
go.
pretty good. So,
Is that good
as you're
enough?
rifling through the remains, so you're an artificer, so you have some understanding of this to begin with, right?
So I pretend to be.
Yeah, you can tell that this machine is definitely no longer operational.
Okay, I
It
tell
is-
everybody
it is,
this.
has been broken beyond repair. You
Can
don't
I-
know.
Sorry.
You don't see any effects of like damage.
Right.
Right. It seems to have just ceased
Right.
working. Right. You don't exactly understand how Nimblewrights work,
No.
because it's sort of not magic that you've specialized in, but you can tell that nothing is flowing through it anymore, right? And when it fell apart into parts, it only fell apart into parts because whatever magic was holding it together is no longer holding
Right.
it together, rather than something broke it, right?
I tell
okay.
everybody this.
You also,
Yes.
whilst you're looking through things,
Yes.
find an oddly shaped, smooth,
Stone of
sort of
Golorr.
blue, like almost like a loaf of bread kind of thing, but with 3 divots on it. Blue stone, about size of yay.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, look at this. A moldy loaf of bread. Why is this here?
It does
Like
indeed.
it could be a semi-precious stone or a stone that slots in somewhere in a key kind of way. Maybe, I
Of
don't
course,
know.
yes, of course.
Upon closer investigation, you notice that the 3 divots look sort of more like eyes, but they're not. They're not like nothing's looking at you or anything like that. But they're more like gemstones that are made to look like eyes. In fact,
Okay.
if I could show you all an illustration, trying to.
Like a little ocarina.
No,
There
it's
we
like
go.
a very special baguette.
Yeah.
Or like a very
Special baguette.
artisanal baguette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
This could be a particularly important stone that we're looking for, maybe.
Perhaps.
Did you try biting it? Are you sure it's
Did
not bread?
you?
No, you mentioned it was
Gina,
bread.
if you want to eat this
Yes.
precious
No,
stone,
I'm
Please
fine.
go
More than welcome.
ahead.
No, I'm fine. I ate something before we went downstairs.
Good show. Do we know what this stone of Golorr looks like?
Nobody
could
did,
this-
right?
Don't think we've been told, have
Could
we?
this be it?
It's quite possible.
This
It's certainly
Artisanal
a
spaghetti.
stone, and the Nimblewright did steal the stone of Golorr and run away.
Yes. Ooh.
We might want to turn this into the authorities as my first thought, because if we are just wandering around with this, I
Blackstaff.
don't know if I feel safe.
Blackstaff,
And maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Blackstaff is my first thought. She would be high enough up the chain of command that I'd feel safe, going to a place of work and going, hey, look what we found.
Yes,
Are we
yes.
sure we want to just hand it in?
Why? What
there
are you
something else?
thinking?
Yeah.
We need
what's on
money,
your
right?
mind? You'd like to ransom it, maybe?
Well, if they don't know how much is in there, how much would they miss?
Oh,
it's-
you mean try to find
Yeah,
where
we
the
don't know
safe
where it is, so
I mean, this is the key to getting access to the safe, but we don't know. It's also how you find the safe, right?
Yes,
we
I think
don't
so.
know anything. So probably the people who know more, it's best, and ask for a hefty reward. Maybe that's the better way to go.
Maybe.
Are we those people though?
Which one?
The ransomy people.
Well, look, Gina is making a practical point, which is that now that we have this, that doesn't mean that we can't give it back to the authorities and we can't give it to Blackstaff or, reach out to the Harpers and say, look, here's a thing. But it might also give us a little bit of leverage to, boost our brand, as it were, for the tavern. And, not just hand this in, but, if there's a way that we can be known for handing this in, be, the way that we could raise our own profile or make a little bit of money on the side or be publicly acknowledged as the...
saviors of the stone.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean that we don't still do the same thing of not handing it in, but...
Sure. I will concede to your better, more experienced judgments of such matters.
I don't know if my judgment is more experienced. But I don't know. I feel like Gina has an angle there that kind of makes sense.
So how should we proceed?
Who do we know at this point? Like, we know we've had some dealings with the Harpers, and we feel like we're on good terms with them. And the Grey Hand, was that it?
Yeah.
And Blackstaff. What if we... This is a crazy idea, and I don't know if this will work, but what if we invited all the folks we knew to the tavern for a big reveal, like a press conference?
But will they think that we've stolen it from something? Perhaps.
Possibly.
I want to say I hope not. Like,
could
the fact
end
that we
up
would be...
in some troubly bobs if we do that.
But if we hand it in, we'll be in trouble anyways.
How do you think?
I mean, we might be in less trouble if we hand it to the people that tasked us and knew we were actively trying to find it than just a random assortment of people we know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we... I'm just saying that there's possibly a way we could publicly do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little... that could be too much
Who's holding this stone?
aggrandizing.
Oh,
So
I don't
far,
think any
Marche
of
is
us.
holding this.
Marche,
stone.
Apparently I am.
Yeah.
Loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Does it smell?
It smells like old metal and leaves.
That would make sense. But we could just take it to the folks who
There's a
are
smell
missing
of
it most.
seawater coming from it as
And
well.
a smell of seawater for some reason.
You know who?
Yeah.
You know who had a hoard
Oh, the dragon.
we did meet that had discovered
Cutlets.
a hoard in the ocean?
Oh, do you think the dragon had it?
I think the dragon didn't have it. I think the dragon discovered the safe, perhaps.
Oh.
Possibly.
Oh.
And that would be why the dragon was hanging around, because it had found.
It also smells of eggs.
It smells of eggs.
Or it was an underwater chicken coop. Could have been that as well.
Yeah. That's definitely viable.
Dragons have eggs too.
Perhaps that's a dragon's
actually-
egg you're holding.
It's probably. I mean,
Don't drop it.
I've never seen a dragon's egg before. What would we like to do? Would we like to simply, in the unremarkable way, hand it back to
The dragon?
No, sorry, our black staff.
Maybe we should have this party. Maybe Gina's right. Like, let's have a bit of a knees up. Haven't had a party for ages.
That's true. We haven't. We could invite
How
black
do we?
staff along.
How
and a
do
few
we?
other folks.
What do we tell people when we're inviting them?
Just
We
we've
have
got something
something to
very.
show you.
Yeah.
We
have something to show you.
we found the thing you were. Now we.
This, I mean, this could invite a lot of trouble, because there's many people who have both died for and have killed for this particular stone. So if we publicly announce that we have the thing everyone wants, it may not bring the kind of attention we're hoping for.
Yeah, but who do we trust the most? Because there's been so many parties. There's been so many different people after this stone.
Marche,
Yes.
you are suddenly not here.
Uh-oh.
I mean, for the rest of you, you can still continue the conversation because you are. Marche is still there, and it's fine, and
I am
we're
here.
talking and arguing and discussing. Marche, you're somewhere else. You recognize this place. It's a theater. You think it's called Pink Flumph? Pink Flumph. The Pink Flumph. Yes, the Pink Flumph theater. Of course. It's you're going through the door, past the box office, past all the seats, behind the stage, to one of the booths behind the stage. You know, like the actors' booths, right? There's a stone that you can pry from one of the floorboards. You know, like a loose stone. It's big enough for people to pass through. There's a tunnel underneath, and once you go down into this tunnel, there's a big adamantine door that has it's perfectly smooth, and it has dwarven runes on it that you can't read or recognize, and it has a slot that it looks exactly the shape of the stone that you are holding. And you're back in the dock ward. The sun.
I drop this egg,
Ooh.
this loaf, this egg loaf, this egg sandwich.
Careful
I don't
there.
tell them
Marche?
anymore.
Careful, Marche. Dropping. You've just dropped the egg.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little faint. Does anybody know a theatre by the name of the Pink Flump? No. Well, I think I was there. I think this loaf took me to the theatre for some reason. It wasn't a good time.
What do you mean? What do you mean by took you there? You've been stood with us the whole time.
I'm not sure. Suddenly I was talking with you, and then suddenly I was there, and it is in the Pink Flump.
Do you know why, or what did you see?
Well, I saw an adamantine door that had a slot that was the shape of the Stone of Golorr. Or what we presume to be the Stone of Golorr, this loafette.
So the stone
Should we-
showed you the entrance to the vault.
Perhaps, yes.
Yeah, perhaps.
Perhaps this is
we
why.
should,
Perhaps this is why everyone wants this stone, because only the stone itself shows you where the vault is.
Oh, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is it the key, it's also the something else.
The map.
There we are.
I out of character, I don't know the Pink Flump, do I?
You do.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a well-known sort of
Oh, it
cheapy
is well-known.
theater. You know,
Oh, okay.
good entertainment.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What do we think?
hammy
Marsha?
comedies, soppy tragedies. You know,
Do we want to head there?
Maybe.
I mean,
just-
we still have two choices. We now
Yes.
know where the vault is. We can take some of the money out because people don't know how much is in it, anyways. Or two, we bring the stone to Blackstaff or someone we trust, and
We-
get rewarded generously for our finders keepers. No, not finders keepers, but
Or both. We
Option
could
one
go,
is find the finders keepers option. I think.
we could go there and just look.
yes.
I
Like
think
that doesn't change anything.
so
Just
far.
to check the information is correct. It
So,
maybe-
so far, they've sent us on these missions. It's us they've trusted to find the stone and to find the vault. So maybe we should see this through.
We
What's
are adventurers after all.
we are adventurers after all, and what is wrong with going there and just having a quick peep, just looking and be like, "Isn't this interesting?" And
you
then
know, I'm not leaving there empty-handed. I'm sorry, but
Well, that's up to you. We'll close our eyes or something.
Okay.
It's fine.
wow,
We saw nothing, Governor, as they say.
wow,
I saw nothing.
Yes. Let's do an adventure.
let's do an adventure.
after a good long trek, just bear with me, I forgot.
Out of the group, I never predicted Gina would be the most thievish of us.
She's the pirate, you know. She is the pirate after all.
You're gonna put a vault filled with money in my path as a pirate, ex-pirate / pirate.
Once a pirate,
Wow.
always a pirate. Eh?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how it works for pirates.
like that's like I could continue my travels easily. I don't have to be stuck in this place.
That's true. That is true. Gina's got plans.
The pink flump is between the Yawning Portal and Blackstaff Tower. It's in the Castle Ward, so
Okay.
it's not too far away a walk.
Okay.
It will take you like a good half an hour to get there. But eventually you find it. As you approach, there's, it's a theater. It's got a sign mounted that says the pink flump, and it's got a little sort of graphic of a flump.
What's a flump?
A flump
Yeah.
is like a type of a jelly-like creature that looks a bit. What are those wafers with sherbet-sized sweets? Like a saucer, you know?
A
like,
flying saucer.
Yeah, so imagine a flying
okay.
saucer, but with like long tentacles,
Okay.
right?
Like a jellyfish.
Yeah, kind of like a jellyfish. So
But with sherbet in it.
flump probably does not have sherbet, in it,
okay.
but yeah. So the pink flump has a little graphic of a flump, a comical flaphic, a graphic.
The fluffing for the flump.
Oh no. You hear applause going, "Hey!" And you realize by the times on the posters that performance has just finished. It was
phew.
the matinee for Meet the Goodberries, a comical
Classic play.
classic about a family of halflings and the hijinks that they get into.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Is there an evening performance?
There is an evening performance. Is The Kiss of the Lamia, the tragic tale of.
Oh, no, I want the good berries.
No,
No.
no, that's not on tonight anymore. Sorry.
blast.
So anyway, The Kiss of the Lamia is on tonight. People are leaving from the theater. What do you do?
How long have we got between this performance and the next one?
Good couple of hours.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Are you mainly thinking that you just want to hang about and catch a show? Is that your priority at the minute?
No, sorry. No, it was more like, how long have we got to get in here and have a shifty around? That was all really.
It might be easier to shift you around if all the people are on stage and busy.
Yeah, it'll depend where the door is, because if
That's
people
true.
are busy performing and we're
It's
somewhere
behind
out of
the
the way, they're not
stage.
going to notice. Ooh,
Yeah,
well, that
so-
might be busy during a show.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
from Marche's description, it was in one of the actors' rooms. In the dressing rooms, one of the dressing
Ah.
rooms. Yeah.
Shall we do a little investigating then?
Yeah, we should. We should sneak in.
So I can pretend to be a performer that is
Or
part
an
of the
audition.
show tonight. That
Good thinking.
left her lute in the dressing, or like an instrument in the
Loot.
dressing room.
I mean, technically, there is some loot that you're looking for.
Yeah, but I have my lute on my back, so that's not the perfect instrument to mention. But
So,
Foot symbol.
if
You-
they don't let us in, we can try that way. At
you
least.
enter a very plush lobby. It's got red carpet everywhere, ornate wallpaper, several painted wooden mannequins dressed in fancy costumes with hats and with feathers.
Oh wow.
You know, like
Blimey.
yeah. They're all different characters from
Is
the
there
various
Ferrero
plays.
Rocher in this reception room?
No, there's no
Okay.
Ferrero
It's not
Rocher.
that fancy though.
Okay.
Yeah. And as soon as you approach the ticket booths, there's a tiefling, quite well dressed tiefling. This is tickets, please.
We just missed the show. There's no show on at the minute. We just wanted a
Yes.
little peek inside the theatre. We hear it's a beautiful building.
Oh, a peek, a fan looking to meet one of the actors. Yes, we get many of you here. Tell you what.
Excuse me. I am part of the evening show. I don't know who these people are, but I forgot my instrument. It's still in the dressing room because of the rehearsals, and I kind of need it. Can I please pop in the back too?
What did you say your name was?
My name is Paulina. I don't know. I looked at the screen. Yeah, that's my
Paulina
name.
Denificus.
No. Oh, awkward. Yeah, no, that's my stage name. That's my performance name.
Paulina.
Yeah.
Paulina, can't see a Paulina. Can you give me a deception check?
Yes, I can. That's a 21.
Whoa!
Oh, they must have not updated the documents. Go on, you can get it right on through. And the rest of you, now, if you want to meet one of the actors,
Actually, I'd like to find the restroom. Do you have just a restroom that I could use, please?
the restrooms are for the paying customers. Please
well-
produce a ticket, or if you cannot produce a ticket and want to meet one of the actors, that is not allowed by the rules.
But
But exceptions have been made to those
How
generous patrons.
How much would an
to the
exception
arts.
cost? How much do these exceptions cost, generally speaking?
5 dragons.
well,
right.
look. How about if I just give you some? How about I give you 4 dragons now, and you just
Rogan
point me towards
just
where the
puts
restroom
five.
is
Rogan just puts
before
5
we all
dragons.
regret it.
Rogan just puts 5
please.
dragons.
Please move on through
5 dragons on the table.
quickly, please. Whilst nobody sees you. Come on. March.
right, well-
If anyone
like it
asks you
all.
anything, you're here to perform maintenance.
Okay.
I'm gonna maintenance something in a minute. Where's your restroom? just tell me, Mister, please.
Got a leaky pipe.
That is oddly
restroom-
graphic.
The restrooms are just past the box office before
Great,
you enter
thanks,
the
bye.
main hall.
May I ask a question out of character? Which of us took the Stone of Golorr?
Oh yeah,
I think you still have it.
You've got it.
No,
haven't
I
you?
dropped
think you
it.
still
No,
do.
yeah.
I dropped it.
I've got it
in
then.
horror.
Fine.
Okay.
I've got it
okay.
tucked in.
Well, maybe I took it because
Well,
I
Gina
was
can have
gonna
it.
go with the musician
Sure.
approach, anyways.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Jane's got it.
Cool.
As you entered the main auditorium, you see a bunch of cushioned seats arranged in 7-tiered rows, and
Oh wow.
they're all facing a sort of a 5-foot high stage. There's raised one raised red curtain, one curtain already down, there's various props being pushed behind it, and you see Gina just sling past through the curtain.
Amazing.
Yeah. What do the rest of you do?
Marche, where was this stone you
It was
described?
it was in the adamantine. It was in one of the actors' dressing rooms.
Do
But I
you
don't know
recall
which-
which one?
Sadly
Shall we go
not, no.
Shall we go investigate?
Gina, there's a bunch of props behind the curtains, right? And as you sling past the props, you find yourself like walking through this door that leads you to a corridor. And this corridor has not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 different
Cool.
dressing rooms.
Ooh.
You know exactly which dressing room this is.
So I would recognise it if
You
I
would,
saw it
yeah,
again.
but
okay.
Gina doesn't. So
Cool.
7, you said?
I said 7. They're all in a line. There's literally like,
Gina's ran off ahead to get rich quick.
yeah.
But we actually know where it is.
I'm gonna go for number 6.
You're gonna go for number 6. Great. That's,
I rolled a d6 and I rolled a 6, so I think I
Okay.
should just go.
okay. You burst through the door, and there's a man
Oh gosh.
sitting
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry.
He's not quite dressed.
Oh.
Ah!
Close the door. Apologies. Bye. Wrong room.
I mean, it could be the right room.
Well,
could
I'm
be
not.
the right room.
I'm not figuring it out with a naked person in
So
there.
can
He wasn't entirely naked.
Okay.
Phew.
Still no.
Yeah.
the
But he
three of
did
us-
have a lot of chest hair. Like a lot. Like you
Yeah,
were like,
Gina doesn't. No.
That's a lot of chest hair.
Can the three of us make it also back behind the like where Gina is?
Can one of you give me a deception check to make it look like you sort of belong here, and how you're trying to make it look like you belong here, and how are you like gonna get?
Who's good at deception? I am not.
I'm fairly deceptive. Look, this is not great. It's not bad. It's 13.
Okay. Tell me how you're doing this.
Well, clearly you've just got to move through a space like you own it. So I'll try and just be walking as if nothing around me is particularly interested while talking about performances and acting and shows.
Oh, the
And
guy,
the last show that we did here, and
the
like,
guy
oh,
at the
what
box
is-
office said, "Pretend to be maintenance, just in case anyone asks."
Oh yeah. The last show we. Oh yes, and I'm very used to repairing broken props, and we just need to re-rig the pulleys for the things, and
Full in flams.
yeah, and so
noticed-
we'll need to get them. We'll need to make sure that the stage manager signs the invoice so that we get paid for the maintenance that we're here to do, that we're doing as show maintenance people.
The maintenance we're maintaining as the maintenance.
Right, and that's how I
Exactly.
feel about this. Really,
We're
is- and
maintaining the
hopefully-
maintenance.
I reckon like it'll take us some time, and we'll have to do some tasks, and we'll make sure you have all your tools, which we do.
I've got my battle axe, which is good for cutting rigging.
Right. Well, no, and also all these props that we're carrying that we can drop off here for the next performance.
My
It's good
armor
that
in
we've
case
got
of workplace accidents.
your hazmat suit, your hard hat. Good.
There
great.
is a shifty look from one of the actors who sort of eyes you suspiciously, but the rest of you just sort of like, going through.
Good stuff.
And eventually you catch up to Gina, who's slightly out of breath and sort of going as she just burst out from one of the rooms going,
Oh,
I'm sorry,
hey,
I'm
Gina.
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
That was not the room we needed to be in.
Which,
What-
which,
It's the
which
third
room is
room.
it?
Gina, I don't know which room you went in, but it's this room, the third room here.
Okay. Yeah. No, there was a
I recognise
person
it
that
now.
wasn't fully dressed
Oh.
in the other room.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry. Sorry for your shock.
Perhaps
Yeah.
we should knock first before bursting down the door.
You knock
yeah,
on the door and no one answers.
Good sign.
I go,
Shall
I
we,
go
shall
in.
we open the
go in.
door? Yeah.
Eris, do you want to sneak a peeky? Just in case.
You know, yes, I'll listen at the
You're
door and then
good at doing
very
the sneakages.
quietly try and. Ooh, that's a good stealth roll. That's a 17 for stealth. Can I hear anything?
Through the door and see that there is like no one there, but you just from this quick peek you realize that this room was just like it just had some people in it because there's like pipes still laying down and they're still like sort of smoldering, right? And there's like 3 pipes in here, but whoever was in here must have just left for whatever reason.
Halflings with the pipes, right? Like hobbits. That's very funny.
But you have a window of opportunity here. So you know that there's one of the stones right in the floor that you can go through, right? And you look at these stones and you realize they are massive.
Oh.
They are like, it's just not something you can just like willy-nilly go whoop, you know? Like, what are you going to do?
Is there anything to help leverage I'm talking out of character. Is there anything to help leverage the stones out of the floor within the space? Like, is any?
I don't know, maybe a battle axe or...
That would work as decently, but can we all sneak in the room and try and lock the door behind us?
Yeah,
That would be a good idea. And I also want to put something against the door.
That's smart.
That is smart.
That's smart.
That's smart.
Because they probably have
sense.
keys.
Excuse me, battle axe friend.
No.
Could you lend a hand? We've got to try and remove a stone from the floor, and I think you'd be really good at it. I don't want to chip you, but I think it'd be a lot of help if you help me with this task.
You hear a voice in your head. Rogan, you know I believe in you. Right? But Rogan, I know what you're doing. You must promise me you will make the honorable decisions.
It's just you.
Because our friend the axe says that it'll help lift. Could someone else give me a hand as I try and prize the stone out
I'm
of the
good
floor?
at prizing things.
Rogan, you have advantage on this check, but give me a strength athletics check.
All right.
Yeah.
That jumped on my keyboard, but the end result is 21.
Wow.
First roll was a 2, which was not good. Second roll was a 17, which is good.
Hey,
So-
that's pretty good. So there's a moment of like, can I even lift this thing? And then suddenly, whoa, right? Like, just, you push it out. It's a big stone, but you're able to sort of lift it over and just lean it on its side. It reveals a tunnel going deep down below.
Marche, is this what you saw?
Yes, this is the tunnel that I saw in my loaf-induced dream.
Before we continue, our friend the axe did implore me that we do the honourable thing,
That
whatever
all of
that
us?
may mean.
Your act specifically said all of us.
I mean, I didn't ask individually what each of us should do to the axe, but
No specifics then.
I mean, you can all make your own choices. I'm just letting you know what the axe says.
Sure, no, I understand. Half of this party get secret messages from objects and the other half don't. I understand how it is. It's fine.
It's so annoying, right?
Feel free to have a conversation with the axe if you'd like to try. It's not my choice who it
Look,
communicates
I'm
with.
not
It doesn't.
that lonely, not yet.
Shall we continue down the hole in the floor?
Yes. I can show you exactly where it was. It was at the end of this corridor, this tunnel. There was a large door. It's fairly dark down here. My eyes aren't super in the dark.
I
think I have a lamp.
I've got dark vision. I can see perfectly fine if you want to follow me.
Can you see a large door?
Does the
That's good.
stone glow?
Can I
No,
see
the
a lot?
stone does not glow.
Can I see a lot? I've got dark vision for like
I mean,
60 foot.
this tunnel goes a fair way.
I can't see the door, but I can see a clear passage.
Is there a candle or anything on the desk or in the room we can take with us?
You probably have torches with you. If you want to light them, you can do that.
Yeah, I can see either way. I don't mind.
Yeah, the question is, do you follow Rogan and do you try and pry the stone back down? It won't be hard. Just
I don't want to be trapped in here.
So would we be able to push the stone back out?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Probably isn't that.
The probably is pretty good though.
I mean, I don't know. It's stone. Can you push it? It's up to you. It's not my decision.
I think maybe like it only took me on my own to lift the stone out of the ground. If all four of us tried pushing the stone back up, it'd probably be all right.
And Addis is good
sense.
at that sort of thing as well. So, yes.
All right,
pushing stones.
I'll like drag the stone over the top of our heads and close it behind us, so we're secret underground now.
After some crawling through earthy darkness, you emerge into a sort of a dugout vault door. It's 20 feet high, 20 feet wide, all adamantine, shimmering. It does bear dwarfish runes. I don't know if any of you can read dwarfish.
Oh.
No.
No?
I can.
Oh, can you? Fantastic.
Excellent.
Rogan, it says, the three eyes bring them forth.
Oh.
So it seems to say, I'm a little rusty, my dwarven, but it seems to say something about 3 eyes bringing them forth. Wait a minute, doesn't that weird loaf have 3 eyes?
It does. Fourth as in 4, or fourth as in come forth?
As in
I believe. I'm not sure. My dwarven's a bit rusty. It could mean either.
Okay.
What do you do?
Make what come forth?
Una just walks up to the door with the stone.
As soon as you put the stone into the groove, the doors slowly part and swing wide open.
Does it go like or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Is it
There's just
able
some
to-
like
Just checking.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It just grinds against the stone floor that reveals itself as you are opened a visage, basically.
Is
ahead
it
of
possible to remove the stone?
Yes, it is.
Will the door stay open?
Yes.
Okay, I will remove the stone. So it's not in the door.
Okay, you remove
Good
the stone.
thinking.
In front of
That's
you,
smart.
you
That's smart.
see 3 age-worn columns that extend upwards. You're in a room. The room has a bunch of doors, multiples of doors on each side, and in the middle there are 3 stone columns, one after the other, equidistant. And as you look up, you realize that those columns lead up to a big chasm, and you are at the bottom of it. There's 3 stone bridges above you, precariously placed. I say precariously because every so often there's a little crumble and the stone falls down like a tiny pebble. They don't look like the most
Encouraging.
sturdy of structures. It would be potentially too hard to climb.
Because it's crumbly.
Well, because it's 60 feet high and it's like smooth
heck.
stone.
Okay.
Apart from the, the pillars are not smooth stone though, like the columns. You could probably try and climb them, but they don't look that safe.
Okay.
So these iron doors, there's 10 of them.
It said something about the fourth. Perhaps it means the fourth door.
I mean, we could
Rogan?
try.
Can we do, yeah. Is there an insight we could do? Or
Go ahead.
Oh no.
That's a 12.
Well, Gina, you are in a dungeon and there are 10 doors. And it might entirely be possible that some of these doors don't lead anywhere good. Or some of these do. Who knows?
What a weird place to find.
Isn't it just?
This is no. Where are the riches? Where is this?
Uh-huh.
I don't.
What else can we all see in this room? Should we all, before we start randomly opening doors in a place that could be booby trapped, should we have a little look around and see if there's any kind of signs of which door may have been most travelled, for example,
Yeah,
or
that's
least
a good
travelled.
point.
That's
Does it look?
smart.
Is it very
Yes.
dusty? Does it look like people have been moving through here recently?
Can you give me a perception check?
I can. 5.
Oh.
I'm also going to try and do a perception check, considering I was like just saying to people, hey, should we do this thing? I feel like it seems reasonable that I would try and do this
I'm
thing.
probably a bit overwhelmed and overexcited because this seems to be almost a massive underground vault. So
I got an 8, so not much better. Not very good.
Should I do a history check to see if I know anything about this being a Waterdavian?
Sure,
Have I
go on
heard
then.
about this in tales or?
Yeah, give me an intelligence roll.
it's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Tell us a
History,
story.
right?
You can use this.
Tell us a story about some doors.
22.
Boom.
So you know dwarves to be very literal, right? So usually when they tell you something, like that makes
Third
sense.
brings fourth,
So
okay.
yeah, maybe your idea about the fourth, right, had some merit to it. Especially when you come to the fourth door, and you examine like
There's
the
treasure-
floor.
treasure
and there's,
is
like,
here.
There's like grooves, like from as if something was pushed through it,
Right.
in a circular kind of
Right.
pattern.
I say to everybody, I've heard tale of the dwarves and perhaps we should check this fourth door. I think I can see something unusual. I'm not very good at looking at things, but maybe one of you can have a better look.
I'll inspect. I'm good at inspecting doors. Doors are one of my favorite things. There we go. That's much better. That's if this was perception, that would be 20. If it was insight, it would be 20. It's 17 plus something.
Okay, I mean, it's a door. You think you can open it, you know?
Does it seem at all, from my knowledge, also of various traps that people will concoct? Does it seem safe?
It seems safe.
Excellent.
Yes, the door seems safe.
Good job, Eris.
I'm a little out of my depth here. I'm not.
Shall we
quite-
open the door?
Aren't we all?
Perhaps I could open the door and place my shield in the doorway as I open it, just in case.
Just in case. I've got no idea. I had no idea this was under here. I don't know how I look. This is a lot. Today's been a lot.
Rogan's gonna open the door, but like put his shield like in the doorway as he's like opening it. Crouch
Door
behind the shield.
slowly pushes open
Oh, it pushes it.
to reveal a painting and a sort of a foyer, and there's some stairs leading upwards.
Oh no. How big is this place?
It's a big painting. It's like a fresco,
The room
right?
is
Like it's this
enormous.
massive fresco. It looks really good. Like
What's on the fresco?
Yeah.
oh,
what is it?
like this cool battle. There's like dwarves fighting.
Oh, crumbs.
And they're fighting
Flying
something.
Christ.
You know, you're not sure. Like but they're all like in battle. They all look really cool. They're ready to fight. They're about to take down whatever enemy they're gonna take down. You can't see the enemies, but like they're ready for it. They're the coolest dwarves ever. This is a cool fresco.
What's a fresco?
You know, like a
Big old painting.
yeah,
Big old painting.
yeah.
Big old
Thank
painting.
you.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
So it's just a foyer, big old painting, stairs.
Stairs. Yeah.
Let's go up these stairs, see what's going on.
Fantastic. As you go up the stairs, please, everyone, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what?
Hey,
Oh,
I'm fine.
I'm less fine.
5.
19.
8.
11. Can I use my inspiration to reroll?
You
So
can.
gonna be better. Please be good. Please be good. No. It's a 3.
Aris,
Hello. That's me.
You-
I'm Aris. I'm fine.
you start walking up the stairs and you turn back and you realize that your 3 companions are not coming with you. In fact, your 3 companions seem to be staring at the painting. They keep staring at this painting, and when you turn back to them and say, "Come on, guys, let's go," they take out the weapons and start pointing them at you.
Is it going to be Ghostbusters 2? Or is it we're getting mystified by a...
They
Fresco
don't seem to be
Busters.
doing anything until you approach closer, at which point they start brandishing their weapons and going, "Do not come near the fresco." Meanwhile, all 3 of you, this is a cool painting. This is the coolest painting ever. This painting is a national treasure. It is a dwarven relic that must be preserved at all costs. And if anyone comes near it, you will show them what's going on. Right? Like, this is just the coolest painting in the world ever. And you're gonna protect it no matter what.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Harris, what are you gonna do?
I will diplomatically try to de-escalate by going, no. Look, I want to go to that. I'm not, the painting, the fresco's fine. It's good. I'm not going to harm it, or I just
Tell us how lovely the painting is, Addis.
It's really good. It's good. It's got some dwarves, which is good.
It's-
You better stay back. You better stay back from this painting. Small
I will.
man.
Isn't it wonderful?
I'm a normal, average size man. I'm 5'8". That's that's reasonable. It's like
What's
maybe
your
1
favorite
inch
part of the
below
painting?
the beards.
Don't you
beards,
love
they're
how
good.
the colours work together?
Love it. Right, and all the dwarves look good in a way that is good, and I like how good they
Back
look.
away from the painting, small man.
I'm not. Look at me getting further away from the painting. Here I am, stood slightly further away from it than before, in a way that's
Good.
definitely not threatening. That allows
Good,
me
keep
to
away.
step back and as I step
Admire
back, I
from a
appreciate it more.
Put down your weapons.
My weapons aren't even drawn. Look here.
Put
No,
them
I'm
on
just
the
looking
floor.
around.
But all right, there's a weapon. Look, it's on the floor. Isn't that great? Can we not just go towards the way that we were gonna? Can we
Why
not?
would we? The painting is great.
painting
That's
is
all
We've
we
got to
need.
stay here to protect
Harris,
this painting.
after about 15 minutes of this, you realize that they will not back away from the painting no matter what you do. And if you do try and approach closer, they will fight you.
Right. What I'm curious about now, folks, pals, buddies, is moving forward to non-painting
Don't move
related
forward towards the painting.
Move
in life.
backwards.
Stay away, small man.
Backwards.
What do
What
we
do
need
we-
more in life?
Another
Then the
15 minutes of
painting.
this pass.
Oh no!
Does anyone want a sandwich? I'm gonna have some of my rations.
You might get the painting dirty with your
No
sandwich.
food and drink
No,
allowed.
Keep your
that's-
bird
that's-
food away, small man.
Indeed.
You're right. It's exactly like being in a museum. So I'm gonna. What do you folks want to do?
staying here to
with-
protect
look
this
at the painting.
Right. How about any of you hungry, or do you not want to investigate the other doors, which is a thing we could do that in no way would harm the painting?
Why would we need to when we can stay and look at the painting, the beautiful painting? I thought you said you liked the
It's
painting.
very important I stay here to protect this painting.
I do. I'll be. Oh dear.
Why don't you like the painting?
Why
I
are
do
you
like the
trying to get
painting.
us to leave the painting, small man?
I'm just.
Another 15 minutes of this pass, and you realize that.
Look, could I talk to your axe?
I need my axe to protect the painting.
That's cool. What were you
Rogan,
gonna
make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, dear me. Oh dear, it's got worse.
That's
That
my
is a-
favorite phrase. Oh dear,
That
it's
would
got
be
worse.
it's not a natural one, but it has become a one.
Oh my.
Right.
Great.
Right. So, Rogan, your axe is talking evil thoughts to you, and it's trying to destroy the painting. You toss it away, and now you're just bare fisticuffs, ready to protect this painting.
Oh wow.
Do you not want your axe, Rogan?
The axe was telling me how I wanted to cut this painting apart, and I cannot abide it.
Wow.
I threw it away.
It was telling you to cut the. How about I pick up your axe and take it away from the painting? That'd help you, right?
Yeah,
No, you will
move
just
away.
destroy the
Move away
painting.
with the axe.
All right, I'm taking.
Take the evil axe away. Take it out of the room.
Look at me. Look at how I'm taking it away. Axe, what's going on? Help. I'm taking it away. Here I go. Bye. What's going on? What's happening? Help. Help, axe. Help.
I think they're possessed by a spell. You hear a voice in your head say.
Yes.
But that's
Great.
okay,
Thanks
Aris.
so much.
Rogan can do this. He can try and resist the spell's curse
I'm going to be
in
frank with you.
24 hours' time.
I feel like he's bad.
What are you
at
saying
doing
to the
that.
axe, small man? Are you
I'm saying,
conspiring?
I'm trying to convince it to protect the fresco. What would happen, do you think, if I just threw you at the fresco, like in the middle? Do you think that would break the spell?
I think if we destroyed some of that painting, that could do it. Maybe yes.
Okay,
Addis,
I'm going to do that.
What are you doing? Addis, what are you doing? Are you admiring the painting or are you thinking about something else?
I was thinking about sandwiches because I'm hungry.
Make a
You've been
deception
talking
check.
to that. You've been talking to that
Aris.
evil axe a long time, small man.
Yes. We've all seen
I'm
you.
fairly deceptive. I'm 22 deceptive.
Wow. Okay. No, he's just gonna have a sandwich. It's all right. It's all right. He's just gonna have a sandwich.
We're
He's-
talking to an axe about a sandwich.
Are you cutting the
Just
sandwich
chopping.
with the axe?
There we go. See, Gina gets it. I'm gonna
As long
try
as you wipe your
Aris, what are you
hands
gonna do?
afterwards.
I will wipe my hands afterwards. Here I go. I'm going to try and throw an axe at a fresco. I don't know if this is going to work, and I'm immediately ready to run if
Okay.
all I do is break a fresco and annoy 3 people. I'm going to run really fast if I have to run.
Okay. So you have an element of surprise.
I
For
do.
this,
I have something.
because they didn't expect you to do that. They were convinced you were just having a sandwich, and there you go, tossing this battle axe.
Right in the middle of a fresco.
No.
Give me an attack roll, right? Like,
Come on, it's a
Gina-
huge target. You can't miss a fresco.
How desperate
Or
are
can
we
you?
protecting the painting?
Doesn't look good.
I'm a class 13, which is not bad, right? Look, it's really big.
roll
And I've
some
got
damage
elements-
for me.
Oh, what die should I roll?
So you what's
Can I?
Yes, Gina.
How desperately are we affected by the curse that we want to protect the painting that we would protect it with our lives?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you would do anything
no.
to protect this.
Then
painting.
I would jump in front of the axe.
Oh, no.
Oh no, you would not sacrifice your lives. You would
Okay.
attack. You would attack Aris.
No,
I
okay,
wouldn't.
that's why I wanted to
Yeah.
inquire the amount.
No, you would not
I'd-
do that.
I'd hope
Okay.
Aris would throw the axe far enough away from us that we couldn't as well. Just be
He's
like,
not gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna throw it into you. Also, he had the element of surprise. You did
No,
not.
okay, yeah.
You do not have the time to react
Because
to
of
that.
its sandwich talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Aris,
Chatting
so,
about ham.
so you have a +3 bonus to attack from the axe and a +3 bonus to damage. The axe's damage dice is what? Is it D10, Ross, or D8?
let me have a look. It's a D8 plus 6.
So it's
Okay.
a D8. Okay, so it's a D8. Well, it's going to be +3 plus whatever.
Is
Aris'
the
modifier is.
painting classified as a fiend?
No. But also you get sneak attack dice on this.
Ooh, yeah. All right, let's have that one.
Oh,
Okay, so I've got 7 plus 3 plus 3
Uh-huh.
13.
plus 1 from my own strength because that
14.
got to bump up
Yeah.
a tiny bit.
I'm glad Lane's here.
Quick math.
14.
Nice.
Look, we're doing it on the fly. Anything
Look.
else that can get added in there?
Uh,
Sandwich.
yeah, this is enough.
Sandwich.
This is enough. You did some damage to this axe.
Oh, there's like egg
That's
and cress on the end of the
Yeah.
axe, isn't there?
Suddenly you don't care about the painting anymore.
Oh, thank God.
Suddenly, like, this painting is just what the hell were we thinking? It's just a stupid painting with dwarves
Actually,
on it.
This
right?
painting sucks.
It's kind of average looking. Now I think about it.
Should we burn it? Where's his lantern?
Maybe we should just carry on up the stairs.
I love anything that makes a lane collapse.
Oh my God, this painting sucks. That's it's like being at school again and going to a school trip to a gallery.
Boring.
Is
Oh, that was
everyone
amazing.
okay?
Thank you, Gina.
You're
Oh, thank you, Emma. You're right. This painting is sort of nothing, is it?
Why are we still here? Why am I hungry?
You should.
Yes.
Why have you got my axe? Give me my axe back.
Well, look.
No, the painting has the axe right now.
I was
Hey,
talking
right.
to the painting. Give me my axe back, painting.
lodged, embedded.
All right, I'll take the axe out of the painting.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
So,
Someone in the chat asked how much XP we get for killing a painting.
Level
a
up.
lot.
Painting.
Yeah,
We all level up.
level up, but you can't have an extended rest here. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Let's move on. As you climb up the 70-foot tall stairs upwards, you emerge.
I'm not sure how much that is. How many steps would that be?
A lot of steps.
A lot of steps.
Like a
okay.
foot is a step, so 70 steps.
Oh, okay.
It's tall.
That's all right.
It's not that many.
I can do
We're
that.
spry.
A foot is a foot. Like, imagine a foot. That's
Okay,
a foot.
okay.
You know? Yeah.
A foot is a foot, Elaine.
Yeah.
That's true. A foot is a
Do
foot.
any of us use that system?
You know a lot about feet as well, Elaine.
Hand
You should know the answer to
toes.
this. Marche's an expert in feet.
Hand toes.
Hand toes, exactly.
You
Foot is a
emerge
foot.
above onto what would be the three bridges that the pillars were holding in the hall beneath, if that makes sense.
Where?
So there's also three pillars running the length of the hall that are carved to resemble warhammers, with
Oh.
their square heads pressed against the floor.
With the Warhammer head against the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And this is three archways in the east wall that lead to crumbling bridges that span the entrance foyer I described and end in front of adamantine doors. So each of these bridges,
And in
adamantine doors,
is there a hole for the Stone of Golorr?
you can't
You
tell
can't
from
see, okay.
from here, right?
Okay.
Is there any dwarven written again?
I mean, not that you can tell. There don't seem to be any distinguishing characteristics. They're just like plain adamantine doors. And there is there's some difference in the bridges. Namely, one of them, the closest one to you, looks a bit rickety towards the end.
Ooh.
The one in the middle has a hole, so you would need to jump. And the one below also looks like quite rickety at the start. The stone bridges, and when I say rickety, it sort of really means
Crumbly. Is that what?
yeah, crumbly. Yeah, crumbly. Someone's
They're
just
like
asking,
potatoes.
what's the current mission? They are we are in a vault where there's potentially 500,000 dragons, which is 500,000 gold pieces that these four miscreants are trying to recover for the city, hopefully,
Well-
not for themselves. We'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Paintings suck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not buying a painting.
So there's nothing to identify any difference between the bridges and the doors, apart from there's one looks a bit knackered, one's got a hole in it, and one looks a bit knackered as
Towards
well.
one end.
Yes.
Right.
That's all we can tell. We can't. There's no.
That-
Could I do like a perception check to look for any additional deets?
Sure,
Bloods
make a perception check.
or anything. Hairs.
I'll give it a go. Whoa!
Bits of painting.
Dice fell off the table. Oh, and I rolled it again, and it's 5. It was going to be a really good number, I'm sure, the first time, but it went wrong. 5, I didn't see anything.
No.
I'm still thinking about paintings.
Do you know what I don't understand? That if the dwarves, perhaps dwarves weren't affected by the painting, because the dwarves told other dwarves how to find the stash, but the painting stopped anybody who wasn't a dwarf from going any further. Maybe
That would make
was
sense.
it.
That would make sense.
I was puzzled as to why they would tell you how to find it and then stop you from finding it. But no, that makes sense. But there's three bridges. But
There's
we have
3
no-
eyes.
There's 3 eyes, indeed. But we don't know what that means, do we?
Is there any additional markings on the stone with the eyes?
There are none additional markings.
And the eyes are all identical, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are all
okay.
identical.
All right. So there's nothing we can see. Street bridges. Perhaps we could. Should we split up and try the different routes, or stay together?
I think we should stay together, personally.
I feel
Carefully.
like there must be something we can find out to know which bridge is the good one.
I guess it might just be the case of trying them. If there's nothing we can't see any signs anywhere. There's nothing that we can see in the area. Just
Yeah,
some bridges and doors.
just
But what if
proceeding
two of them are
carefully.
traps or something.
I
Or the bridge
Very
is a trap.
careful. Be
I'll go
vigilant.
first.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm happy with that, Aris. You can go ahead over the first bridge for us. Maybe bridge number
2 with the gap.
2.
Feels like it's been used the most.
Maybe.
check upwards before you jump, in case there's something coming from the ceiling that made the hole.
Good point, thank you.
Watch out for really small paintings. Perhaps.
Yes.
Watch out for any images of dwarves, and then try not to look at them too much.
Yes.
Go on, give me an athletics check, Aris.
Easy.
Eris.
Ooh, 18?
Hey, easy.
That was easy.
18.
Good
You leap
job.
across the not so big gap in the bridge. You arrive at an adamantine door. It is a door.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
You try to push the door. It does not push. It does not budge.
What about pulling
It
it?
does not open.
And there's Eris, can you see anything on the door from here? From there?
It's a smooth adamantine surface.
What gives
It
us
just
the
seems very
impression it's a
smooth.
door then, if it's just a smooth surface?
Huh?
What makes us think
Oh no,
it's
there's
a
a
door?
seam.
Oh, there's the same.
There's a seam to say this is a door, but it does not budge open.
There's no gap for the stone as well.
No.
No, there doesn't seem to be a gap, I'll shout over.
Oh. Is there anything around the door, like a fingerprint thing? I don't know, I've watched too many spy films, sorry. But like, something on the side that you would have
A
to...
doorbell.
Yes, or a doorbell.
Or a door.
Upon close inspection, you do not seem to notice any distinguishing features
Craft.
or
No fingerprint scanners or...
It's just a smooth door. The door is entirely smooth.
Shall we try a different door?
Let's try a different door. I mean, maybe any of the doors might respond if the
Try
stone
knocking
is
3
near them
times.
Well, indeed.
as well. But let's also look at the other doors.
Let's look at the other door.
I think you did such a good job on the first one. Maybe you should do the other 2.
Sure, that's fine. I have a little bit of experience. What's the word I'm looking for? Exploring places. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. You leap back across the chasm, which was an easy jump.
So it's a simple leap.
Simple leap, yeah. and you approach one of the other doors. There's a moment where like, whoa, like some stones fall down, but you're fine. Do you go to the first door or the third door?
The third.
The third. Okay.
Three's the magic number.
It's a smooth adamantine door.
Oh, heck.
Upon approaching the first door as well, you examine it to be
It's a smooth adamantine
adamantine door.
Oh, mate.
They all seem the same. Maybe we need to bring the stone up to one though, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Did you when you
Bring
had
the
your-
stone to one of them and it does nothing.
Oh, mate. Can I do some sort of check on these doors? What do I
Out,
want to...
out of character, I was just going to say.
Yes?
Maybe there was something behind that stupid painting we were meant to protect. That was just a little thought that occurred to me. Maybe
Do
this
you mean
big...
physically behind it, or...
Correct. Not like there was a scheme.
Do you want
I mean,
to go
like-
back to that painting and look at it?
Well, we can conclude whatever's going on here, but just as like a
Yeah.
a thought that Rogan's had is
Why don't we do that?
maybe the reason why
Yeah.
the painting was so important to protect is because there's something hidden behind the painting.
Marche, give me a history check.
Okay, but but I'm not on the painting. I'm
No,
on
yeah,
the,
I
on
know,
the
yeah,
doors.
I know. I know you were going to do
Yeah.
that, so I'm just...
Oh yes, that's better. 23.
So you've studied a lot of dwarven history.
I have.
Because dwarves, have a lot to do with like forging and smithing, and that's something part of artificery.
But I've only read the
and,
translations into common.
Yeah,
so...
and this is dwarven magic. So you're actually, out of the people here, you're probably most familiar with this stuff and how this
Okay.
works. You know that dwarves are very
Literal.
tribal creatures, and
Oh,
they
okay.
prefer dwarves to other things, right? And you remember reading that a lot of dwarven magic just works for dwarves.
Yeah.
If only you had a dwarf
Oh!
with you.
Knickers, we
yeah.
should have brought Thingy
Well,
with
we
us.
can.
Or you could change yourself into a dwarf.
No, I can't.
that-
Can
you
I?
can. You have enough spell slots.
Do
if
I?
You want to do that? Yeah.
I think we rested before we
Oh,
went
we
to the
did.
sewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did rest. I have one spell slot left because I just used one for my Kenku, didn't I?
Perhaps you could
And I don't
turn
think I
yourself
could
into a dwarf.
No, I think you
very-
did.
I
did tick
Yeah,
it.
that's the only thing you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm super
yes,
interested
of
to
course,
see if
that's-
this would work.
That's more sensible, isn't it, than going back and getting what's it? Sure. Yes. Rogan, perhaps you could teach me a couple of dwarven words to
I'm gonna
set the
tell you
scene.
tell you how to say some dwarven swear words.
Oh, how crass. Can you
Okay.
I mainly knew dwarves through combat training.
I see.
So
Oh,
there was
okay,
a
that's fair.
lot of foul language spoken.
That's fair.
Marche
Yes.
cast a spell, and just like you've seen him transform into a flightless, feathery, corvid type creature, he's now a lot stouter,
Hello, it's me.
a lot beardier, still the same voice, but also, bulkier and
Yes.
and overall more dwarvish.
Do you like my beard? Isn't it handsome?
Still
Hey,
Marche
No,
though.
no, nobody likes my
Sure.
beard. Okay, fine.
Sure,
Whatever.
it's a very
Whatever.
fine look.
Well, hello, I'm a dwarf now.
We know.
But the problem is, I'm not that super at getting over holes and crumbling masonry.
Would you like me
Someone-
to throw you?
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you, Rogan. You're wonderfully strong, and I would like that very much.
So, so you're choosing the middle bridge again.
Are we choosing the middle bridge again?
I guess
Is that
because
what we're
that
doing?
makes it seem like it's the most traveled one.
Sure.
Okay, so Marche, I'll need you to make an athletics check, but you have advantage because Rogan is throwing you.
Tossing.
Flying dwarf coming through.
Got you by the belt. And the boot.
Oh,
and
wish
just
me
go,
luck on this, because what am I doing?
luck.
Athletics.
Get 2 rolls.
Heck.
You get
you see
advantage. And you roll them both.
But I also, I got 4 in this too, so
Yeah,
ignore
go
that.
on.
But I also do have luck, which gives me,
Ooh.
bear with me
Ooh.
one sec. It gives me, lucky, sorry. It gives me an extra dice. Not an extra dice, a
reroll.
reroll of a dice.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. That's a 4 again.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Well,
Knickers.
You
so
can still be tossed. It might not be a very good landing.
Find out what the GM decides.
I would be okay
what's the
with
total?
that. 4.
4. The total is 4.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, in this moment, Marche,
Whee!
I think I just threw you directly into a wall.
Or into the hole and down.
Yeah.
Marche, you're tossed, and you realize now that your feet are not finding the ground. And then when they find the ground, they slip. You are clambering as you grab with one hand the stone bridge, which is crumbling. You feel your fingers just
Eris, Rogan, Gina, help!
latch onto the stone. It's slipping. In some time, you will have to let go and fall.
I'm falling down. Please help.
I will.
Or don't, whatever.
How many pounds would that be? Would you?
Gina's looking at secret objective cards.
I see. Fair.
No, these are my spells.
I'll give you all the toe
Rogan,
hair I have.
Rogan can like slide over and like give a hand rather than anything else, if that helps.
Well, my mage hand will help to limit the weight.
There you go.
The
There
bridge.
you
That
go.
might be
Okay.
helpful.
Okay, that'll give Rogan advantage. Give me an athletics check, Rogan.
All right.
Do better than me.
That was a 10. Let's see what that is. And that's a 5. So add my actual strength to it. So that's 14. It's my
14
best.
to lift Marche as a dwarf? Yeah, I'll give you that.
Phew.
Yeah.
I'm still as heavy as I am as
Yeah,
Marche.
no.
Like it's a illusion rather than a.
And as soon as Rogan lifts you up and puts you in front of the door swings open.
Hooray!
Hurrah!
Interesting.
Well done. What do
There
we do now?
are 4 suits of rusted plate armor.
Getting raided, everyone, by Millie the GM.
Sans. Oh, thank you, Millie.
Oh, what a time to be raided.
I know, right? So you find 4 suits of rusted plate armor that are missing their helmets. They're about dwarf-sized. All stand
Thought you
in
were
the
gonna say that.
corners of this 20-foot high room. The room is tiny and square. There are dwarvish runes that are carved into the far wall.
Rogan, what do they say?
Let me have a look.
Do you let Gina catch up with you, by the way? Because she's still the only person who hasn't jumped over the chasm successfully.
I will. Can I do an acrobatics instead of a?
Sure, go on then. Go on then.
Okay, that's an 18 plus 4
Yeah,
is
okay.
22.
Wow.
Finally.
That's pretty good.
There we go. Okay.
You're good. You're good. Right. Rogan, you read the runes. It says, "A secret never before told will part Dumathoin's lips."
So it says, a secret never before told will part Doomathor's lips.
Dumathoin's lips.
Doomathoin's. That's what I said. Doomathoin's lips.
Who's Doomathoin?
You know who Dumathoin is
Oh, I
because
do.
you once again we've established just now that you
I-
know some dwarves.
I
He's the
don't know.
dwarven god of secrets.
Oh, Doomathoin is the dwarven god of secrets.
So what if you reveal a secret,
Ah,
Marche, as a dwarf?
as a dwarf.
Yeah, your personal secret. If you reveal that, maybe.
I don't really.
What
have
did,
any
what did
secrets.
it say again? Although I said it out loud, I didn't retain any of the
A
information.
secret never before told will part Dumathoin's lips.
Yeah.
Dwarves,
Secret never
as we
before
know, are
told.
very literal. So I believe maybe one of us needs to tell a real secret.
Yeah.
Go
to
ahead,
open the door.
Rogan.
I don't believe I have any secrets left. I think you know all of my secrets. Maybe one of the rest of you.
Eris?
I probably have maybe one or two secrets about. Surely, I mean, don't you all? Doesn't everyone?
Marche?
No, I have no secrets. Open book is Marche.
Gina, what about yourself?
Oh, I have nothing. I have completely nothing.
Can I do like a check on like everyone?
Rogan, I see you're concocting something there in your brain. It's fine. I shall tell a secretlet. I may not actually be called Marche de Coum.
Wow.
And
Sounds like such a real name.
Dumathoin. Dumathoin, my name is Mark Document. There. That's my enormous secret. I peek my eyes
then
open.
you've just-
Rogan, your axe says to you, everyone knows that.
I think even my axe is sassy.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. My
Everybody
axe.
knows that, but
We know how to read, and by reading your name, that is how it's spelled.
Oh, then, well, I'm not a very good artificer. That's my secret. To you all. Does the door open?
Mikey.
Your axe says, everyone knows that.
Oh no!
Sake.
I was thinking in my own mind.
Well, I'm done. I
Please.
tried. Someone else must have some sort of secret.
I'm trying to think what we
Axe,
might have.
do you have any secrets, perhaps?
No.
Aris, you said you had some secrets.
I maybe. I don't know what secrets I'd have that other people wouldn't know. Because some of them people know. So God, what works as a secret that no one would know?
You wear odd socks. I've seen it. It's not a secret.
It's not a secret if people know it. God, I feel like there should be a genuine thing that I could announce, but I'm not sure what that is out of character right now.
Out of character, does anyone in the party, Gina, out of character, do you have a secret that you haven't shared?
I don't know.
That sounds like a no then.
I guess.
Out of
No,
character,
I don't know. Really don't know.
out of character, Rogan does have a secret, but he's proactively trying to get other people to say a secret. So
Not sure
it
he
just
does too.
just to save us a little bit of time, if no one actually has a secret.
If this is taking too long, Gina will cast Zone of Truth because then people will have.
I think you
Oh,
should
that's
do
a
that
point.
anyway. Then we'll all
Yeah.
blabber.
Yeah,
I
I think,
that's
that's
not a
it.
bad idea.
I think thematically that would be a good play.
Yeah, I think so too.
Folks, this is taking too long.
Wait, no, Gene, I'm sure someone has a secret around here. With no
I
need
cast
for,
Zone
no
of
need for
Truth. I
magic.
click cast. It's cast just. So you have to make a charisma saving throw.
Go on, let's save us some time. Rogan, make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah, sure. I rolled a 5.
Okay,
That's not good
fantastic.
I also rolled a 5.
Gina, what would you like to ask
Rolled a
everyone?
1.
Rogan, what
we
are you not
failed.
telling us?
So I might not actually be a noble.
The other
We all,
thing.
yes, we knew that.
No, you know I'm not rich, but actually, I actually ran away from my homelands because I was what you call a steward to a noble family, and the noble that I was the steward to was murdered, and I had to escape because I was accused of the murder, and I had to leave that land. And I decided to take the identity of a noble to try and leave that behind because people were looking for a poor steward rather than a rich individual.
Blimey.
And I thought that would help me travel easier.
Well,
As you say this, the floor behind you starts moving. Stones start rearranging themselves to reveal a trap door and a stairway leading below.
ooh, let's go. Let's go down the trapdoor.
Thanks, Ross.
Thank
for
you, Rogan.
That was I was just making it up. Clearly it fooled.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
no,
wonderfully
no.
enlightening.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
you did. It's the truth.
Let's carry on.
Yes.
We've got a mission. We're on a mission. No time to focus.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
After about 120 feet climbing downwards, you eventually reach another vault. And although this one is deep underground, it seems lit by streams of sunlight that pour down from the ceiling,
How old?
catching motes of dust in the luminous pools. Ornate columns support a 30-foot high vaulted ceiling, which is adorned with carvings of dwarves basking in the presence of the gods. Deep alcoves line the walls, and piled in one of them is a vast golden trove. Out of the dusty gloom steps an aged dwarf clutching a staff carved and painted to resemble a pair of entwined dragons, one red and one gold. Despite the dwarf's age, his eyes are steady and bright. He says, "I wasn't expecting anyone." As you can see,
I'm not really a
Me neither.
dwarf, sorry.
this place is a total mess. Perhaps you should come back later, after I tied it up a little bit.
We're not too bothered, really. We're not fussy people. Please don't
No.
change anything on our account. I'm Maris. Who are you?
I am Orinax. I'm the guardian of this vault.
How long have you been? How do you eat?
I eat gems. I eat tasty gems.
So there's
Really?
nothing left of
Sorry,
the treasure because
I've been a little hungry lately. Did you say treasure? Are you here for Lord Daigle Neverember's treasure?
maybe.
Oh no, the treasure is intact. See, the good Lord Daigle Neverember, he left me with a lot of gems to eat.
Okay.
Right. How long have you been? Just curious. How long have you been here? Like a week, a year, a month? 10
Some
years?
years. I'm
Right.
perfectly content guarding this treasure. Thank you very
That's
much.
normal.
I did leave a mess behind everywhere, but just ignore it.
Is this dwarf now subject to Gina's
No,
truth?
No.
No? Okay. That's a
Gina's
shame.
zone of truth is far above.
Upstairs. Yeah.
Oh, it casts in an area.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
So where is this treasure, by the way?
Well, that is. Well, really, it doesn't matter. I guess I can tell you it's just over there. He points at one of the alcoves, and you see piles and piles and piles of gold and diamonds and amethysts and all kinds of
Rubies.
nonsense, goblets and, but mostly dragons. It's mostly just piles of dragons, right? Piles and piles and piles of dragons.
why are you here? Why are you guarding it?
It's my job.
Well, it would make sense to employ someone to guard a massive pile of cash.
Exactly. I don't know your name, gentlemen, but you seem to have the sense of it.
But how would you know who to guard it for?
Well,
From?
I mean, this is Lord Daigle Neverember's gold, so this belongs to Lord Daigle Neverember, and not anyone else really.
But are you happy doing this? Is this what you want to do with your life?
I enjoy guarding a good treasure.
I mean, if you wanted to take a 5-minute break, we can mind all of this for you. Like, you know, if you're
Funny orc.
errands you want to run.
I may look old, but I'm no fool.
No, you're wonderful. I'm sure you do a wonderful job. But I mean, there must be more in your retirement years that you can be doing rather than sitting here on your own with this gold, which is meaningless. Surely experiences and happiness are worth far, far more.
Oh, you underestimate
gold.
my happiness. I am very happy guarding a treasure.
Sure.
What if we told you we were friends of the treasure guy? Never ender. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry, dwarf.
Could you give me a deception check with disadvantage?
10.
10. Then I would not believe you, because you are clearly not. I've never seen you with him.
Well, we are friends with his son.
That's true.
Oh, Renner. He's a good lad.
Yeah.
He's
We saved his life.
Well, then you must be honorable people.
Yes.
Tell me, why do you want this treasure? Why are you down here?
I'm not sure we know.
Gina?
I need the funds to continue my travels.
Honest.
Yeah.
I would really like a holiday, is the answer.
But there's far more in here.
To give
I don't
it
need
back
all of it. I just need a little. No
Whom
one
would
will
you give it
notice
back
it's
to?
gone.
to Waterdeep. To give it
Make
to
a
the city.
charisma persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
Ooh.
We must make sure this wonderful town of ours and yours is well kept and a good place for everybody to be. Plus the griffin riders need feeding. The griffins need looking after. They're very
My
important.
axe would like that. My axe is very pro Waterdeep.
Persuasion is 21. I rolled a 17.
Oh, is that a Zorage I see?
Oh yes, yeah. My friend the axe. Yes, that's
You
true.
carry an immense treasure. And a sign that you are a friend to Waterdeep. I heard rumours, whispers that Lord Diggle Neverember made this money in not entirely good ways. And maybe it's time for me to part with it. And you say it's for Waterdeep.
It's all for Waterdeep.
Okay, then.
Yes.
I will let you carry this treasure out.
All of it. Every dragon is for Waterdeep, huh, Gina?
No, you can have a little bit of it. I don't think they'll miss it.
Yay.
Well, there you are.
See, that's what I said, folks. No one will miss a tiny bit.
You can't have my gems
Oh,
No,
then-
you can keep your gems. I just
or
need.
my staff.
No.
We've already
you need to-
eaten. You're okay. We don't require any gems.
Chomp
We've
those
got our own
gems, don't you?
snacks.
Perhaps the only thing is, you said you were very happy guarding down here. What will you do now?
It's all right. I'll find another horde.
Maybe come back and visit you.
Is this actually? Can we do like a perception check to see if this is actually a dwarf or if it's something
dragon in
appearing
disguise.
to be a dwarf?
Give me an
Right?
insight check, Rogan.
All right.
Well, there
'Cause
is
as
this
soon-
dragon who is.
As soon as it
walking-
said it was really happy with the treasure, I was like, this isn't a dwarf. I keep rolling things so it falls off the table. That is 17.
Oh, this is clearly a dragon. This is so clearly a dragon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as it was like,
Okay.
it was young, but it had like really sparkly eyes or whatever, I was like,
Sure,
eats
yeah.
gems. Dwarves don't eat gems. It's
Yes.
fine because it's got a treasure to hang out with.
But
Perhaps we
hey,
can come
there,
visit.
there's this dragon in the water off you didn't hear it from us because it's kind of a secret.
No.
But he also has a kind of big treasure he's guarding. Maybe you can share
Oh,
guarding duties.
I don't think dragons share.
No, I do not wish to fight anyone. I'm far too old for it. Although maybe. No, you say just off the coast. That would be too much for the city. No, it's fine. I'll find another horde somewhere else.
Well, we wish you fair travel. Kindly,
Yes.
dwarf.
And
Who's clearly not a dwarf.
if you ever need anyone to chat to, dwarf, please come to the Morbash Manor.
As long as you pay for your food and drink, you're always welcome.
Morbash Manor, you say?
Yes,
I'll come visit one day.
that would be lovely.
Congratulations, you have acquired 10,000 pounds.
Pounds.
Weight of money.
Right.
Yeah.
I will
There's some
montage over the.
logistical challenges.
I will montage over the end of this. You have, since you've promised that this gold goes to the city,
Yeah.
you have kindly informed Mert the moneylender and Raja Safar that
Yeah.
you have indeed recovered Lord Dagald Never and this hoard, at which they are eternally grateful. You were allowed to keep 10% of everything that you found, which
Good
is
grief.
50,000 dragons, which is 12,500 dragons each.
Wow, that's
Wow.
a lot.
It is a lot of money.
That's a lot.
You were on the way out ambushed by Xanathar's guild,
Oh, gosh.
but
Sure.
since Mert the moneylender was one of the actors in the theater was a harper and overheard that you were going down there and alerted Mert, and he came to your rescue right at the very end. So there was a big
Magic.
fight that sadly we didn't have time to finish.
That's okay.
But eventually all the gold was carted out. You were allowed to keep a lot of it, and your name is now known very, very well all across Waterdeep. You might even be sometimes referred to as the saviors of Waterdeep. And Morbash Manor thrived in popularity as many people came to your tavern, especially when the Nimblewright performed with Gina together.
I did one performance and then I left.
And then you left. Well, okay,
Yeah.
let's find out what happens to your characters. Tell me what happens to you, Gina,
What, like an
afterwards.
epilogue?
Huh?
Like an
An
epilogue.
epilogue.
Yeah, yeah.
So Gina wasn't a Waterdeep person. So all the clubs, she was like, meh. Yeah, so that's why she got kind of disinterested into like the whole like, okay, yeah, we're going like she needed more adventure outside the city realm. So after performing a goodbye festivity, she with Nim, of course, because that needed to be done, she set her way to tell the story of Waterdeep throughout the lens.
All right, that's pretty cool, actually. Your story's being told across the lands.
That's awesome.
And
what
I mean,
happened-
she made it sound like Gina was, of course,
The best.
yeah,
the
the
best.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Instrumental
absolutely.
in
Yeah.
everything.
Aris, what about you?
That's a good question. Because Aris left Baldur's Gate because of an incident where he was friends with some folk. Aris was fairly well behaved, but he was friends with some people who had a dispute, and that dispute turned into a fight, and then the fight turned fatal because some people escalate things more than they should, or take some people catastrophize. And he was wrapped up in this and very unhappy about it, and he thought the best thing to do was just relocate to somewhere completely different because he didn't want to be associated with these traders who had ended up having enormous arguments and disputes. But unfortunately, he was followed to Waterdeep. These folks did turn up occasionally, and also the way they see it, like I think they still see it as like they are buddies with Aris, or like everything that went down was fine, and Aris feels very uncomfortable about that because he doesn't see it that way at all. So I'm not quite sure what his future will be right now. Obviously, having some financial security is great, and I think he's got a lot of satisfaction out of helping run the tavern. But I think the reality is his story might stay slightly open, because what's he going to do? Run off to another town, and then these folks may find him again, because they're traders, they're merchants, they move from place to place anyway. So he might have some kind of showdown with these people in the future. I don't know. I think he probably stays in town, and he probably is a more confident person than at the start of the adventure, but it doesn't necessarily wrap up neatly. There might be some future stuff in his life that has to be addressed.
That's nice.
We'll see.
Rogan.
So, Rogan escaped the Icelands where he lived as a steward, and he fled under the identity of a noble. And when he arrived in Waterdeep, he borrowed money to assume the identity of a noble. However, because he'd lived around rich people his whole life, he'd always been poor and always been like a helper. He kind of decided that he wanted to make a name for himself. So part of what he was doing was true. Like he was hiding his identity, but it was also true that he wanted to make a name for himself. And having gone through all of these adventures, he would have enjoyed making a name for himself as part of that. And he would have continued to be a part of the Harpers and the Greyhands and progress through those, through those groups to try and become higher up within them, as well as continue to court fame through his adventures in Waterdeep.
That's like a classic case of fake it till you make it, right?
Know,
Like
yeah.
you're pretending the
you make
entire
it.
time, and now you are an actual hero, and your name is recognised.
That would be
love that.
exactly what Rogan would want.
That's awesome.
Marche.
Yeah, well, Mark Documents Past does eventually, after enjoying a little bit of, the fame that comes with all of this. Unfortunately, there's a couple of people that do recognise his picture, or his sketches.
In the broadsheets.
That are, in the tabloids, and unfortunately, they do come after Mark with various different ailments that were promised to be cured and were never cured. Various things that had been sold to them that were snake oil, effectively, and didn't do anything. Then Mark disappears. Mark goes from Waterdeep. The Grey Hands don't know what has happened to him. Nobody knows what's happened to him. However, one evening in Morbash Manor, a gentleman with short, blonde, cropped hair comes into the tavern and says, "Hey, I'm new in this place. My name's MD. What's the word, eh?"
Oh god.
Then that's the end of Mark's story.
Brilliant.
And the beginning of MD.
Yeah.
The beginning of
MD. Oh dear. I don't know what to say. I just want to say thank you to all of you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that even though Gina was maybe not great in Waterdeep, I still had a great time, and
She
I
was
hope that's
brilliant in Waterdeep.
I think Gina was brilliant in Waterdeep.
I wish there'd been more songs, but I'm sure you will tell those songs as Gina goes, afar out of Waterdeep. Yeah.
And that's the end, I guess. That's
Thank you so much, everybody. You have been a brilliant cast, I guess. That's what you say, right?
And a brilliant audience. Thank you
And
for
brilliant
everyone who's been
audience.
tuning in every week. We see your names in the chat, and we know you're there watching, and we've really appreciated that.
Yeah,
and it
we
made
have.
this so much more fun to run and participate. I had a brilliant time.
Thank you for running it. Thank you for doing all that you have.
Yeah.
What you don't see.
It's a lot to be a GM.
Right.
Yeah.
What you don't see is how much Efka prepares each week and how much he does every time before all of these sessions. All you see is the fun, and all we see as the players is the fun of enjoying the adventure. So thank you so much for
Yeah, I get to do
doing
the
everything.
fun as well. I guess
love you
that's
all.
it. Goodbye,
Yes.
right? Let's say goodbye to everyone.
Let's say see you again.
I know
Right.
what. How about before we all leave,
Yeah, go on. Then.
tell people who like us individually how they can find us outside of
That's
this
a
if they've
good
enjoyed
idea.
this.
Oh,
So
that's
how
not a bad
about
idea. Yeah.
Efka and Elaine? Why don't you kick us off?
With No Pun Included, we review board games on YouTube. If you type in No Pun Included, you'll find us. Or if you're not watching this on Twitch and watching this on YouTube, then you are on our channel. And on our channel, there are more board game reviews.
And we also have a podcast, yes.
That's on nopunincluded.com
/podcast.
/podcast. A Premier Award-nominated podcast.
That's true. Amazingly.
There you go. Next
Who
up,
else have we got?
Yeah, Emma, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter, Instagram at mzaya or pointlessparrot.com, which is also the name of my podcast, which launches every other week on any podcast platform you want to listen to it. It's not about board games. It's with people that are in board games and
And
more
it's brilliant.
about them.
How'd you
It's a lot of
spell?
different
How'd you
things.
spell Mzaya?
It's EMMZAJA.
Fantastic.
I think that's how you.
It is.
Ross, how do people find you?
Sure.
Ooh.
It's always under some kind of version of More Games Please. So if it's Twitter or Twitch, it's More Games PLS without the vowels. And if it is Instagram or my website, it's More Games Please with all of the letters.
The full complement of letters.
the full complement. Spared no
More
expense.
letters, please.
Spared no expense. So if you want to find me, that's how you can find me.
What a letter that was. Paul, where can people find you?
Everywhere that the handle Paulicino exists, which is PAULLICINO.
Help us out. What
Regretting
places
that
are
now.
those? Everywhere it exists. Where does it exist?
Just
TikTok?
Google
Narrow it
Maps.
down.
Don't have TikTok, yeah. Google Maps, there's a whole country. No, that's how you'd find me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Patreon, where I do lots of written content, sometimes about games, but about all sorts of things, because I do enjoy being a righty boy.
Holding the pen.
Where else? I am, yeah. This is really good for just waving authoritatively at people. I don't know. What do I do? Yeah, that on Instagram, Twitter, probably not Reddit. And I do lots of words. And if you like words, come and read my stuff on Patreon or on my Tumblr, paulicino.tumblr.com. A lot of it is free. You can pay money and read more if you want, or you can just read it for free anyway. I mean, why not? It's up to you, really. It's your life. I'm not going to make your choices for you. You have to make your own choices. You have to sit down and think about what you're doing. I'm sick of people coming to me and being like, Paul, I want you to make my choices. Just done with it. Ugh.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.